Everybody's got their fingers crossed for a good December for Shiba Inu coin and the rest of the crypto market. Guys, it was a crappy September. October started out phenomenal, right? The first couple days of October were great. And then, of course, tariffs happened and prices crashed down to some fresh lows. So it was a terrible October. And November was no better, right? So it has been a very, very difficult 3 months for Shiba Inu coin, Bitcoin, really the entire cryptocurrency market. So a lot of traders and a lot of investors are optimistic about December. We're going to be talking about what Shiba Inu coin could do, and if it sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay, and I do want to say thank you guys for watching this video. Before we jump into the article, I want to say that YouTube has changed their cryptocurrency policy, and they've got some prohibited content, but they do allow educational content, news, and discussions about crypto. That's all we're doing here, right? Yes, I am optimistic. Yes, I maintain this excitement, all of that, but we're simply talking about what is happening in the cryptocurrency world, what some analysts expect to happen. I will give my commentary on that, absolutely, and we're going to talk about some new tokens as well, solely so you can know that they exist and you can make your own decisions. Now, with that, nothing in this video guarantees any returns. It does not promise anything. It is not a suggestion for you to do anything. So please understand that we're just discussing crypto and you're making your own decisions. The vast majority of you have no problem with that, and I feel like I'm insulting your intelligence. There are some of you, however, who, dang man, you need somebody to take you by the hand and help you out. So hopefully you're good to go. Now, with that being said, one of the tokens that exists that you may not know about is Pepe Node. Now, this is a brand new meme coin that people are pouring into, but they're not pouring into with their life savings, right? If you look at some of the latest purchases here, you've got $1.76, $5, $43, $20, $45, $7.81, $11.84, 53 cents, $2, $6, $14. People are taking a chance on it. A huge one? Absolutely not. They're taking a chance on it because, of course, when the meme coin rally begins, tiny little tokens could move. And with that, they want to have some exposure. Do they need to go out there and bet their entire portfolio? Absolutely not. And they're not doing that, right? They're being very conservative with it, and they've already raised $2.2+ million, which is a huge sign of early growth. In the next 1 day and 23 hours, the next stage of the pre-sale begins, and how this basically works is you buy your server room, you get your first node, you combine your nodes, and then of course when you're ready, you can sell your nodes. A little bit of a mining take on the cryptocurrency meme coin world, so something that you guys can learn more about with that link down in the description below, and then of course from there you can make your own decisions. But let's jump into how well Shiba Inu coin could do if the bull market begins in December. Now it says, while the larger crypto market is showing signs of recovery, Shiba Inu coin continues to struggle. Now, SHIB has pulled up. This is what a lot of people don't understand, right? This is a terrible graph, okay? Top left to bottom right. Shiba Inu coin has been declining for the entirety of 2025. But this is actually a decent move, okay? When you're bouncing 15 to 20% off of recent lows, that's a strong move. But because it's cryptocurrency, a 15 to 20% move seems extremely small. But guys, rebounding off of 750 points per coin to the current 850 to the 900 points per coin that we were touching a couple days ago, Shiba Inu coin still has a lot of life left in it. Now, it goes on to say the popular meme coin faces substantial resistance at 860, which is basically right where it's at right now. And according to CoinGecko data, as of November 27th, Shiba Inu coin's price rose 0.1% over the last 24 hours, but it's down 1.3% over the last week, 12% over the last 2 weeks, 17% over the last month, and 65% since November of last year. So let's discuss how Shiba Inu coin can go if we enter the bull market next month. It goes on to say that Bitcoin has reclaimed that $91,000 mark, and that's exactly where it's at today, sitting at $91,450. Then it goes on to say that it's inching closer to hitting 92. Absolutely. And Bitcoin's reversal will likely lead other crypto assets following suit. Just last week, Bitcoin was at $80,000. Now it's at $90,000. The recent market surge could be due to increased chances of another interest rate cut in December of this year. The next couple of weeks, we will see that decision being made. Many thought the Federal Reserve would not roll out another interest rate cut. However, the chances of an additional 25 basis point cut have significantly increased to an 85.1% chance. It says if the Federal Reserve cuts rates again, the crypto market may experience a nice rally. Now, clearly it doesn't have to, but logically speaking, lower interest rates lead to a risk-on environment. Why? If I can go to the bank and I can safely earn 5, 6, 7%, why would I ever invest in stocks? If historically speaking, the stock market returns 7, 8% on an annualized basis, why do I want to risk my money for that 7% when I can get a safe 5, 6%? See, that's the decision that investors make. But if all of a sudden these interest rates continue to be cut and I can earn a safe 3%, 2%, 1% at the bank, now it doesn't really make sense for me to put my money in the bank. It makes sense for me to invest my money. And that's why lower interest rates create a risk-on environment where people are willing to invest. And that willingness typically drives prices up because you have that higher demand. Supply stays the same, demand rises, therefore theoretically the price is expected to rise as well. That's the supply and demand curve in a nutshell in relation to the interest rates and the expected interest rate cut that could be happening in the next couple of weeks here. So it says hitting a 3,000 points per coin. So the popular coin could even reclaim its December 2024 price of 32.84. And hitting 32.84 would be a very nice rally from the current level. However, the market is still quite volatile and macroeconomic conditions could deteriorate and the cryptocurrency market could face further liquidations. Absolutely, right? And you know, this article does a very good job of discussing the pros and cons and the ups and the downs and allowing you to know that nothing is set in stone. All right, just because we talk about a potential move from current levels to these expected levels does not mean that they are guaranteed to happen. Absolutely not. So move forward and make your own decisions accordingly. I've made my decisions, and one of the decisions that I've made is to invest on KCEX. You guys got a link for this down in the description below, but please do not take this as a suggestion that you go out and buy, sell, swap, hold cryptocurrency or anything like that. Okay? Clearly, YouTube wants you to talk to your financial advisor, your mom, your dad, your grandpa, your brother, whoever the heck they think you need to get your advice from. But do not take your advice from somebody on the internet making videos. With that being stated, hopefully you guys have a little bit of a better understanding of what is going on in the cryptocurrency world. And let me know what decisions you're making down in the comments below. Now, until the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.